Magazine, but first, our reporter Michelle Rivard had the chance to visit a unique store right here in our city celebrating their 106th anniversary. Take a look.
Hi, for Daytime Toronto, I'm Michelle Rivard. I'm here at the Turco Persian Rug Company, who is celebrating their 106th year in business. Joining me is the owner, Jessica Kasparian. Jessica, how are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you so much for having us here in your showroom. Firstly, 106 years in business is quite an accomplishment. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Who opened this store?
Back in 1906, there was an Armenian gentleman named Mr. Yudajan. He started the business because he realized there was a lack of Persian care for the Persian rugs that were in the country at the time. So he started this rug cleaning business over 100 years ago.
And how did your family become involved?
My grandfather came over at 17 years old in about 1920, late 20s, and he needed a job, so he found the Armenian community and he started working here as a night watchman.
Mm-hmm. And then your father, and now you're involved as well?
Yes, my father joined after university, probably in about, I think, the early 60s, and now I'm here just over 3 years.
Oh, that's really exciting. It really is a long-time family business. And now, has the business always been located here in the Parliament, sort of Corktown region?
Yes, we've always been here on Richmond Street. It started off as a house. So originally they would clean the rugs in a house, and I believe they might have lived upstairs, I'm not sure. And over the years we acquired more property and we've expanded. So we started off as rug cleaning, we expanded into cleaning wall-to-wall carpet in the home and upholstery, and now we have the store, which actually is our recent addition that we opened about 40 years ago.
Recently, about 40 years ago. I guess in a 106-year history, that is quite some time. How has the business changed in the past 100 years?
So back in the day, they started off on foot. Maybe they had a horse and buggy, and over the years we started picking up and delivering with trucks, and we've also now expanded our jurisdiction to reach all the way to Oakville, Brampton, Oshawa. Our earlier customers would have been in Cabbagetown and the mansions on Jarvis Street.
So initially, when you first opened, you sort of served just this community?
Yes.
Who do you feel your clients are now?
Well, actually, our clients are pretty much the third generation. We have a lot of customers who call and say, my grandmother swore by you, or my parents always use you. So we do have a lot of second, third generation customers, and they're now located all over the GTA.
That really says something about your level of customer service and the commitment that you have. What do you think that your brand values were 100 years ago?
They still remain the same today. Customer service. Really, our customer is our boss, and we stand behind our quality. And while our technology might have changed, our dedication to satisfying the customer has never changed.
Oh, that's great. Now, I see you've prepared a couple photos for me. Can you show me what you've got here?
Yeah. What we have here is, this picture here is my, one of the original trucks, and my grandfather, who was a younger man at the time, and these were the employees who worked at Turco. And I believe this was about, I want to say the 50s maybe?
So this one here was your grandfather?
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Yes. And
then you have a story about a gentleman who lived on the property as well?
Well, this gentleman here was the blacksmith, and actually a couple, maybe 10 or 20 years ago, we used to advertise that we've been here since the blacksmith lived next door, and we received a letter in the mail with his photograph, and this woman said, this was my grandfather, and I remember coming here and watching you guys clean the rugs, and I can't believe, you still remember him, and she thought that was very special. When we expanded and, put the parking lot in and we were digging a little bit, we found a lot of horseshoes, and these were left over from the blacksmith, and we just thought that was really special. So these hang over some of our doors as good luck and to hold on to some of the history.
And now, so obviously when you were born, your family was already involved. Do you have any fun memories from growing up in the store?
Yeah, we used to play in the rug bins. I remember rugs hanging from the walls in my home, still do. Rugs were a really big part of our lives, and they were just always, I looked at them as a story. There was so much history behind them, and each one is unique and different, and I'm just fascinated by them.
So let's talk shopping. Let's look at some of the rugs, and you're going to give us some tips and advice on how to pick a good one?
Yes.
Great.
The number one thing you want to look at is wool quality. No matter what you're shopping for, whether it's just a rug you want to throw on the floor for a couple of years or something you actually want to invest in, like an antique rug that you can resell down the road, you want to look at the wool quality. And wool, if you touch the wool, it should feel like as soft as a cat. It's very soft and not brittle, and that is going to withstand the test of time.
So can I give these ones a feel?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you rub the wool here is pretty soft, and some of these other ones, this Isfahan over here on the top is, you can see the difference between the wool. Now these are both antiques, and you can also tell that the wool it looks almost like it was made a few years ago, but it's actually over 100 years old.
Wow, this rug right here is over 100 years old?
This is from it's 1900, circa 1900.
It really does look new.
It does, and the colors also that's a big factor. You want colors that are solid and strong, and this is what they made back in the day, and they're starting to do that again today. They're not going to fade over time.
So where was this one made?
This one is a Isfahan, which is an area of Iran, Persia back then, and Isfahan was a city, and that's where this would have been a city-made rug.
Okay.
They're basically city-made rugs or tribal rugs, and most city-made rugs are very curvy. You can see the pattern is very curvilinear, so flowers and very mathematically correct. So every flower is symmetrical. If we look at, I'll show you.
You have an example of a different one, the village?
Yes.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit more tribal.
Oh, wow.
This one here, sorry. This one here.
Okay. Yeah.
So they have flowers as well, but they're a little bit more rectilinear. So they're not as curvy, I guess you could say. And if you look at the border, sometimes they didn't know what to do at the bottom. They just ended it off, and it's not continuous. And this is very unique to these types of rugs. This one too is this was an 1880 antique from Armenia, a region in Armenia. It's beautiful, and the colors are still withstanding time. This has been walked on, it's been hung on walls, and you can still see the colors are just as vibrant today as they were back when it was made.
It's beautiful. I'm just amazed at the age of these pieces. Like, I would believe that they were absolutely new. How does your store get these into their possession?
A lot of these rugs, we find them over time, or customers downsize houses and they might want to sell it, so we do have a consignment program. Some of them come from customers, some of them we'll find, and we really focus on while we sell modern and antique rugs, we have an excellent collection of antique rugs that we just have a passion for. And these are the types of rugs you can invest in, and if they're in the same quality 20, 30 years down the road, you can sell it again, and it's like collecting art.
And it's really something that keeps their value.
Exactly.
So, this is kind of a tough question to ask because they're lasting so long. But are there like design trends with Persian rugs, with 100-year-old rugs?
Well, one of the things that we've seen in the last 10 years is wall-to-wall carpet is now staying in the bedroom. Common rooms are becoming hardwood floor, and with that, you need an area rug. There's really no rule. It's what you like and what. It's a very personal choice, but we are seeing a lot of patterns and colors, and it's okay to mix them together. You can have a busy pattern, a busy color palette, and put it together, and you can make a room look perfect.
And so if we'd like to get in touch with you, how can we do that?
You can find us at turcopersian.com, or we're always located at the same location, 452 Richmond Street East in downtown Toronto, and we always have free parking here.
Thank you so much, Jessica. It's been a pleasure. I've definitely learned lots about the rugs that I did not know before, so thank you so much. And now we're going to rejoin our hosts in studio.